Before we get into anything else, I just want to be very clear that I think there are two distinct things going on here. Number one is a long building, deep and complicated history that I don't have any knowledge of racism and discrimination and all kinds of things at Yale. And I do believe that the evidence of that is that people are upset, and clearly people are upset, and so it they should do something. And that's a local problem that I have no business commenting on because I don't understand it for a multitude of reasons. And I just want to be clear from the get-go that I'm not talking about that. The other thing, which is what I am talking about, is the whole email controversy, girl shrieking at the guy on the quad, that whole moment. And its parallels in other places at other times. Because it's not an isolated incident. It's an epidemic sweeping our country and our colleges and our culture. And that's what I want to talk about today. And so let me just real quick before we get into it, here is the video in question.
Be quiet for all Stillman students. You understand that? As your position as master, it is your job to create a place of comfort and home for the students that live in Stillman. You have not done that. By sending out that email, that goes against your position as master. Do you understand that? Then
no, I don't agree with that.
Then why the fuck did you accept the position?
Because
Who the fuck hired you?
I have a different
You
vision
should
than you.
step down. If that is what you think about being a master, you should step down. It is not about creating an intellectual space. It is not. Do you understand that? It's about creating a home here. You are not doing that.
You're supposed to be
going
our
against
advocate.
that. You should not sleep at night.
We're out.
You are disgusting.
So here's the thing about your pain. It really shouldn't matter. You gotta learn to just ignore it and carry on with your life. And I know I talk a big game and that I don't live up to that, but what I'm trying to do with this is figure out what is wrong with me, what it is I see in you that bothers me because I see it in myself. And so I'm looking for the parts of you that I do too and that I shouldn't, and I think that's a big one. So you're trying to position yourself as a hero, right? As someone, standing up in front of a bully and saying, no, not today, not ever again. From now on, you don't treat us like this. Things are going to be different. You're standing up for yourself and for the people you love, and that's beautiful. But how are you standing up to him? What's your strength here? Do you know more than this guy? This 53-year-old director of Yale's Human Nature Lab? 6 years ago, he was on Time's 100 most influential people in the world list. You hadn't even taken the SAT. You don't know more than him. That's not how you're going to win. You might have more money than him, but I don't think that's the card you're playing here. You could probably beat him in a fight. I think he'd probably just stand there and just take whatever blows you threw at him. But I'm pretty sure if you did that, you'd end up in jail. So that's not the way. Are you more pure than him? You do have this newer, more modern understanding of things than he has. You grew up with computers and the internet, and you've been watching people from around the world since before you can remember, and that's made you more aware and given you this deeper understanding of everything, really. And you haven't been compromised yet by this long life of craving, crossing lines to make life nicer for your wife, or swallowing lies to avoid some really scary fight. Maybe that's it. Maybe what you have is courage. I don't think anybody can deny it. You have a lot of courage. I mean, I'm sure millions of people are denying that literally as we speak. But I think you have a lot of courage. You're clearly right? I don't think you're quite sure what's going on, but you have this sense of the tremendous significance of this moment. I mean, you can't feel every one of the millions of impending future eyes watching you speak, but the ones that you can feel, they are rattling in your wrists and making your knees burn, and they're clogging up your throat, and they're making it harder for you to push out these words, but you push them out, goddammit. You get them out and you say your piece. And I think that takes a tremendous amount of courage. But Arlington is decorated in cascading waves by the headstones of courageous men. What are you defending yourself with? What is your weapon? And more importantly, what exactly are you going up against? I think you're going up against white privilege, free speech, the military industrial complex, capitalism, every asshole with an obnoxious sense of humor, and way more than just one member of the Time 100 list. And I think the only thing you have to fight all of that with, that you're a victim. And people should show mercy to victims. Or really, you're not just one victim. You are a drop in an ocean of victims. And I don't want anyone to think for a second that I don't believe those victims exist or that their pain isn't terrible and profound, just incomprehensibly tragic. Men have done such horrible, just mind crushingly brutal things to each other for thousands of years that all of that carnage haunts every single hallowed hall we have. Living ghosts of cruel decisions are just overflowing from our prisons, and neighborhoods were just cut off and left to rot because of these imagined curses and problems. Some kids have to do more to not get shot by the time they're 10 than I have had to do, honestly, in my entire life. You were tapped in to so much pain. You're aware of so much of it, and you feel it inside of you burning, and you want to do something about it. You promise yourself you're going to make it better somehow. And then suddenly, boom, all of this pain you have, it makes you feel strong. It puts this resolve in your stomach, like you can take on anything because you have to. It's your duty. I mean, it became your responsibility once you were welded in to this network of shared suffering. But you're not strong. Not yet. And you're not going in the right direction to get strong. Now, I don't know you at all. I know that. I know this little snippet of your life. So remember that I'm really talking to myself here. But really what I'm talking about is this one belief that being a victim is somehow a good thing. Victimhood is not strength. You don't win by having suffered more than someone else. It takes a little bit of the edge off of losing, but just the edge. You still don't get the thing you wanted. We pretend there's strength in this kind of consistent mass bitching. And there is some. I mean, SeaWorld finally stopped the orca shows, and any web evangelist can rattle off times that some group of people banded together and beat up someone's reputation until they either gave in or died. But that's not strength. That doesn't stop wars or fix poverty, and it doesn't scare people who are capable of fighting back. It only works on the good guys, the people who care about helping you, who care about your pain. Like that professor. You've made those guys your enemies. And I get why. I mean, they're really much less scary. But you need more than pain to be strong. The world will find your limit for pain, however far away you hide it. It will cross it and it will leave you broken. It happens to everyone. Everyone on this planet is operating at pretty much their limit for pain. So I don't really care how much pain you've been through or seen. I don't really want to hear about it. I want to hear about what you love, what you dream about. Share with me the good thoughts that pass through your head. Tell me about the beautiful moments that light up your life, and let's figure out how to make more of those. I think that's how we get stronger. We focus on building good shit up, not tearing bad shit down. There is more pain than you can handle. I promise you. There is more evil out there than you can possibly kill. Don't get caught up in trying to change the world. But let's talk about what we can do to be as awesome and as strong as possible, right? Let's build our own world that works the way we want it to. Let's not talk about what we wish other people would do. Let's talk about what we can do for each other. That's all I got. sorry about the horrible shitstorm you are undoubtedly going through right now. I can't even imagine how horrible it must be. I really hope you're able to come out the other side, this badass, shit-forged bit of diamond. I'm rooting for you. So, yeah. Um, Good luck. And I hope I'm not an idiot, and I hope I didn't, make you feel worse. Bye.